Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube. Well, we got some good packs, good cards. Fractured Identity is messed up. I'm just gonna take it. I'm not really in the mood to draft this type of deck, but it's so good and like, I don't know, maybe I am in the mood to draft this type of deck because it's just sweet to steal your opponent's big stuff. I just wish it worked when you targeted your own things. Like you could give yourself an extra copy of something or Reek Trigger, enter the battlefields would all be fun. Because I just took Fractured Identity, Flooded Strand is pretty tempting. Treasure Cruise is good. Spell Pierce and Underground Sea are also really nice, but I just want to make sure I have this fixing for blue-white now that I have this like ridiculously strong blue-white card. One of the best cards in the cube by far. Ooh. I did just draft a Show and Tell deck. No, I should probably take Narset. Narset's broken. It just, yeah, she wins games. She's like Dig Through Time, but it just always has Delve. And then also your opponent can't ever draw cards. So like she's a combo piece. She's so strong. It's unbelievable. She's an uncommon too. This is a magic card. That is for sure. But yeah, you get to impulse twice. And the decks that run Narset don't often run creatures. So like the fact that you can only hit non-creature is often not really a drawback. It's just double impulse plus combo piece plus your opponent can't draw cards for 3 mana. Oh, speaking of Dig Through Time, there's Dig Through Time. I think I might want to take Seachrome Coast instead, but Dig Through Time is a really messed up magic card too. Let's just take Dig. Seachrome Coast has a chance of coming around. It's not like a Tundra where I can fetch it up, so it like fixes my mana substantially. It's just okay. And Dig Through Time is really, really good. Dig Through Time is 2 mana Narset. Also, she's like sculpting a dragon, which is pretty awesome. There's Portent. There's also Misty Rainforest. Both are good cards. Misty helps us enable Delve. Portent is really nice though. The fact that it's basically Ponder for the most part on turn 1 and stuff, but then you can target your opponent, makes it strong too. And I kind of want to cut blue. If I could draft mono blue, that'd be nice. So I guess I'll take Portent over Misty. They're both in mana fixing in some sense. Because Portent, look at the top 3, you can like reorder them. Misty Rainforest, you can fetch any dual lands you have. I think essentially the main thing that was, I could take an Emrakul. The main thing that put me over the top for taking Portent is just that if I can cut mono blue, I would like to. What are we doing here? I could take Geist of Saint Traft. It's not the best magic card. In fact, it's quite bad most of the time. I could take the Chubby Dragon and go that route. I could take Oath of Druids and then try and wheel Emrakul, or I could take Emrakul and try and wheel Oath. You know what? Let's do that. I like that game plan. I just drafted an Oath of Druids Emrakul deck and it was sweet, and I'm on board to do it again. Although, the main reason for taking Emrakul is I would like to be in like mono blue High Tide. I saw Yawgmoth's Will going, pretty late, so if that comes around and Storm is open, Emrakul can be good in Storm. He is a liability if you're going Yawgmoth's Will because, the main combo is Yawgmoth's Will Lion's Eye Diamond. And if you have Emrakul in your hand when you're doing that, it just reshuffles. Then you can't do anything with the cards in your graveyard. I like Wyrn Power Stone. Snuff Out's a really strong card. Mishra's Workshop, substantially worse in this cube than it is in my cube. I got like really excited. I was like, that's a 7th pick Mishra's Workshop. And then I remembered. And then Phyrexian Metamorph keeps you open, but I have some expensive cards. Wyrn Power Stone's good. Regrowth, Progenitus, Dockside Extortionist, Ophiomancer. Take the Banishing Light, I guess. It's not amazing, but we're already set up to be some type of blue-white controlling list. Then we get Batter's Skull, Palancron, Gilded Lotus. Bosiju Who Endure is actually really good too. If I want to go like Bant. I do love me a Palancron though. This sets me up to do some bust. Let's set myself up. If I get High Tide, I'm going to be really happy I took this. I don't know. Blue-white control's fine. I just like playing High Tide decks mostly. Here we could take Suspicious Stowaway. It's a decent card, actually. The fact that it flips into something that just draws you cards every turn is really nice, because you can like play it, attack and loot, pass turn holding up counter magic, and then go like really deep. Wall of Omens, I guess, is the best card here. We already have Emrakul, which is the best of the Eldrazi. And it's looking like we're probably going to be more controlling than we are combo, but Palancron was just a nod in that direction. Yeah, I guess I could take Sphinx the Steel Wind. I've yet to see Jockelhop see play. It's a sweet magic card. Then I can take Academy Ruins versus Expansion Explosion. I'm gonna take expansion. I don't know. Academy Runes is really slow. I know you can do the Mindslaver loops with it, but you need like, oh, I have 4 creatures. Okay, let's speculate on Oath of Druids. I think Mesmeric Fiend is in general a better card, but Oath of Druids is more fun. And sometimes fun matters a lot. Ooh, Hallowed Fountain, Lightning Bolt, Liliana, Ponder, Three-Wood Inspector, Volcanic, a lot of good cards. Do I take Ponder? There's actually a chance Hallowed Fountain comes around. This pack is insanely good. So I think I'm actually going to take Ponder and try and get greedy. Three-Wood Inspector might come around too. Both of those are good cards for the deck. There's our turnabout. No, I'm going to take Teferi. Teferi is good. Teferi is very good. Another one of those ridiculous 3-mana Planeswalkers that just like... It's so much tempo, card advantage, and like random denial. Because the baseline is you play this, you bounce one of their creatures, and then they like lightning bolt your Teferi. So you spent 3 mana, then you like, you know, denied them at least 3 mana worth of cards a lot of the time, maybe 2. So you're like even on cards, or even on tempo. You bounce their creature, and then they have to spend cards to kill it. So you're ahead on cards. And then that's like the best case scenario, or they attack and kill them. So you're even on cards, ahead on tempo, you gained life. What really goes ridiculous is like if you have Teferi out and your opponent has counter spells in hand or like a burn spell, like they're holding up mana to like kill him, and they can't do that, then you gain this huge tempo boost, and then you know you bounce their 5-drop back to hand, and it's just insane. So we could go for Tinker and try and wheel Mer Battlesphere. I could also just take Deserted Beach. I'm just gonna take Deserted Beach. My mana is really weird right now. This is a decent Monastery Mentor deck. I like Repeal and Adonto Vanguard too. And there's Channel to go with our Emrakul, but we have very little green. Doesn't mean we can't have green though. I think I'm gonna take this Mentor. Well, I don't know. Repeal is... I'm just gonna take Repeal. I love Repeal. I love it way more than I should. Like the feeling of your opponent who plays like a turn 1 mana elf and then you just repeal their elf. It's just... Oh, it's hard to beat that. Okay, now we have Baral. Doesn't really help us that much. Giver of Runes is fine. I could pick up a Hydroid Crisis. It's like decent top end. Tireless Tracker is pretty good. I could play Lurrus that I guess is fine with like Wall of Omens maybe. Fallen Shinobi, I don't have many creatures. I mean, I do have Through the Breach Emrakul. So that could give me like a win condition. Through the Breach Palinchron is not that good, but another option, I suppose. I'm just going to take the Crisis. Spellseeker, Dismember, Kitchen Finks. Don't have much to get with Spellseeker. I'm just going to take Dismember. I actually don't have removal right now. So the first piece of removal is very valuable. Here comes Daze. You all know how much I love this card. Smuggler's Copter is great. Wasteland and Condemn are good too, but I don't really have counter magic either. Like this deck is missing a lot of stuff. So the first Daze really helps the deck out. There's our High Tide. Things are changing. We have our High Tide. Let's do it. All right, Palinchron, you're back in the deck. Emrakul's back in the deck. Now we could be like blue-white control with a High Tide combo finish. Okay, Thraben Inspector came around, but so did Muldrifter. And I like Muldrifter. It fits our theme of mono 5-drops, you know? So Hydroid Crisis is best when you play it for 6, so I guess it's basically a 6-drop. Gilded Drake is fine. Sure. Wait, you don't have to switch control? Oh, never mind. If you don't make an exchange, sacrifice Gilded Drake. Okay. I was gonna say, otherwise this is like a 2-mana 3/3 flying with upside where you can like also just steal their best creature. That would be ridiculous. Opposition? I mean, I'm not really doing anything else. Alright. I don't have any 4-drops either. Okay, you know what? Opposition Monastery Mentor. That's something. I think Lurrus. It is a 3/2 lifelinker in the matchups that care about it. Arcana Vela's reach is good against us, so I'm glad that that's gone. Okay, Counterspell, Jace Bryn's Prodigy, Brazen Borrower, Brainstorm. I probably need to take Counterspell. The first like hard counter is so important in decks like this, and there's a lot of high value cards in this pack that might come around. Wow. Alright, Mana Drain's good too. I'll take a Mana Drain, sure. Okay, now I don't need much more counter magic. Like a single Swords to Plowshares would be good. Never mind, I'll take a Cryptic Command. Alright, we're just like hard control with the combo finish now. I don't hate it. Getting a Tundra would be nice. I know I passed Hallowed Fountain for Ponder, and I really regret it, especially now that I have High Tide. So like putting basic planes in my deck is not something I really want to do. I guess I'm planning on playing Hydrate Crisis. Emrakul is nice because it shuffles back my win conditions, and it is a win condition. Probably not actually playing opposition, but it's funny. Ooh, Bribery. Manifold's also very good, but oh, this is hard. Manifold accelerates me, but I'm just gonna like hold up Counter Magic and then Bribery. Yeah, I'm playing the classic deck where you just Bribery their Emrakul and win off their cards. It's fine, I guess. Probably not running. At this point, Banishing Light might not be necessary. In fact, I could just almost completely cut the white cards. Just run Teferi Fractured Identity as a very light splash. Wow. Preordain Glenalendra. I think this deck wants Preordain. We're a little bit combo focused. Glen's really good, but being able to like do stuff on turn 1 and filter through my deck I think really helps when the rest of my deck's already very strong. And my fixing's not great, so Preordain helps me, you know, hit the white sources that I need on time. Preordain also is good with Dig Through Time. Wow, Thirst for Discovery? Library of Alexandria? Oh no, I want both of these. That's a very late library. I mean, it's so good. I'm just gonna take it. I'll just run an extra land for this card. I don't know. That was actually a pretty tough pick for me because, like, I want Thirst for Discovery as well. Ooh, Snapcaster Mage? Alright, I am on board with that. Now I have High Tide, Snapcaster High Tide, so my Palinchron win routes are much easier. Snapcaster Cryptic Command is very good. Murktide Regent? Holy cow. Jin-Gitaxias. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, copy that spell. Whenever your opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell. So for 7 mana, you basically get yourself like a recurring counter spell, unless they have like Banishing Light to counter it. Murktide Regent is so efficient. Yeah, it's so efficient. I love Jin-Gitaxias actually, but ooh, Memory Jar? Do I want Memory Jar? I have Emrakul, so I can like discard him to hand size. Grim Monolith is fine. Sure, I'll take this. I don't know if I'm playing it, but it's something. I do not want to play against Leovold. I don't want to play against Iona, I guess. I don't know. None of these picks really matter. Horizon Canopy is actually pretty good. It's a white source I can run that I can trade for cards in the mid to late game. Take Animate Dead. Right now I have 24 playables, so I can make a cut. Right now, honestly, I think just Wyrn Power Stone is the cut. I'm just gonna go land go as like the main game plan for a while. And this is definitely a 17 land deck, maybe an 18 land deck. But with the amount of, you know, Ponders and Preordains I have, I think 17 is fine. So yep, that's the deck. I'm gonna run Swamps and Mountains. Oh, Dismember, yeah, whatever. 1 basic plains. This gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 white sources. That seems good. And then 12 islands. Sure. This deck looks awesome. See you guys round 1. Oh, right, we're playing against Drew Vac. This hand's good. It doesn't have interaction in terms of counter magic, but ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I was gonna say we have Teferi, but being on the draw is particularly brutal here. Let's hope Ponder can find us some interaction for next turn. I don't think I can keep this. Gilded Drake is decent, like stealing their mana elves will be nice. But the rest of the cards don't really help us. Oh, that's not terrible, actually. It's gonna set us back a few turns, but if they play like a Planeswalker, I'm gonna be pretty happy to daze that. Also, the Exalted triggers are pretty spicy here. We can't even beat them with a Snapcaster Mage now. Okay, there's another island, so I can hardcast Daze. So Teferi's probably just going to end up cycling for a card here. Hopefully they cast 5 mana Nissa. Elvish Reclaimer's fine. Okay, I take the damage. I feel like they're going to grab like a Gaia's Cradle. Why else do you have Elvish Reclaimer in your deck? So I think I'm going to Teferi bounce the Reclaimer and just cycle Teferi for a card. The other option is Snapcaster Ponder. Oh. Snapcaster Ponder can block. And cycling, yeah, I think cycling Teferi for a card here seems pretty good. In fact, maybe I just bounce one of the Hierarchs. No, I want to bounce the Reclaimer because then they have to attack with their mana elf. And then Daze can hopefully get him. Okay. Do it. Play Teferi. Teferi bounces this. So not that huge tempo swing that I was hoping for, but it's still going to end up pretty good. I guess now they're deciding, do we kill Teferi or not? They must have a spell to cast this turn. Okay, they do kill Teferi, I think. Yeah. Goodbye, Teferi. And that's why we Daze. Okay, we counter that. Although honestly, countering that like didn't actually help me too much. I don't really want a Gilded Drake here, so I think I'm just gonna Snapcaster Ponder. Cast Ponder. I want to save Gilded Drake for if they play like a Woodfall Primus or whatever. Cryptic Command 2 land. This is decent. It sets me up for next turn. It's just a lot of lands. I think I'm gonna shuffle. There we go. I was literally gonna say Bribery is so much better than any of this, and we draw Bribery. Now I could just draw a Cryptic Command off the top and get very lucky that way. Here comes Primeval Titan, which trades with Gilded Drake. They still have a ton of mana though. Okay, here you go. So dumb. So dumb. Imagine if I had Mana Drain in this spot instead of a bunch of lands. We would be in like really good shape. Elvish Reclaimer. So I knew about that one. What really matters is what the last two cards in their hand are. That's a good one. Fortunately, they can't attack with this creature. They just have Craterhoof? Okay, what a hand. Yep. So I'm like very dead very soon. They're gonna hit me for 5 in the air. This is an insane hand by the opponent. Take 5 in the air, and then I take like a ton of damage on the swing back. This does not have trample. I feel like my only win condition involves like, oh, they didn't attack in the air. That's good. Where were you last turn? I have to cast Bribery here, I think. See what they got going on. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Craterhoof Behemoth. Hornet Queen is probably what I want to do. They concede? Wait, what? They weren't even that dead there. Wait, they conceded the match. I don't remember this match 1 or 2. They were not even that dead there. They had okay, I just want to point out, remember when I said Bribery is not a fun Magic card? This is a perfect example of it not being fun. My opponent just conceded. Because it's like, oh, I lose. Well, they're splashing blue for just Ancestral. I guess that makes sense. So that's a very aggressive concession. So like, what do I get? Craterhoof Behemoth, I have 3 creatures that get +9/+9. Nowhere near lethal. If I get Hornet Queen, I have a lot of blockers. Then I can attack with Primeval Titan. But then I'm like, you know, dead if they top deck Craterhoof. It does buy me time though. Primeval Titan attacks. I can set up Dig Through Time. I don't know. That's wild. Yeah, they conceded the whole match after just Bribery. Wild. See you guys next round. All right, we're playing against Ermagerdon. I'm still thinking about that last round. That was wild. Well, I'm going to keep this hand. I'm on the play too. I can't hold up Mana Drain turn 2, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. We just... Turn 1 library is gross. But yeah, like, they were in a very winning position from that game. They're not winning, but like, they were definitely not out of it. And their deck looked insane. Like, they had a very good shot game too. They had natural order for a billion things. When it says, hey, good luck, have fun. Hello. Good luck, have fun to you as well, opponent. We are going to draw. We're going to library. We're going to play land, and we're going to try and hit our second mana source here. Get the cards. We'll put this on top. Then this. Then this. You may have that player shuffle, so I don't want to shuffle. Gordon is worded so horribly on Magic Online. So that better be an island. Okay. So next turn, I'm just going to go land. Suspend Lotus Bloom. Okay, so opponent's probably on Storm, which makes this mana drain pretty good. Now I can go island. Past turn, I can activate library. I'm going to draw an island. I might just run out of Snapcaster Mage because I have so much counter magic right now. But we'll see. Because Snapcaster... I probably don't run out Snapcaster Mage. I'm just going to discard like a Muldrifter to hand size or something. Yeah, I don't need this Muldrifter. Go down to 2, go down to 1. They don't do anything. Draw a card. Ponder's good. Maybe I was supposed to like do that on my turn because I would like to hit. Okay, Daze is helpful. I guess I'm gonna ponder for a land here. Okay. Shuffle your library, no. Play an island. And I guess for this turn we're gonna discard Kalankron. Ooh, they have an end of turn thing. Memory Deluge. I guess I just daze that, then I don't have to discard. No, I do have to discard. Do I just let that go through? Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand. I think I just let that go through. They're gonna be mana limited. Sure. I'd rather focus on like Lion's Eye Diamond and all that. Discard a Palancron. I'm just gonna let Lotus Bloom resolve. I don't know, maybe I'm just letting way too much stuff through. 1,000-Year Storm, we counter that for sure. And I did not draw off library, but I think that's okay. We got a bunch of mana. Let's draw a card here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I'm so close. Let's bribery. Do I even want a bribery? Yeah, probably. Bribery you. They might have 0 creatures, who knows? Alright, what do you got going on over there? Yawgmoth's Bargain, Time Warp, Gush, Force of Will, Empty the Warrens, Echo of Ann's Demonic Tutor. So the only win condition now is Empty the Warrens or 1,000-Year Storm into Lightning Bolt. Time Warp. Okay, they're like spicy. Cryptic Command. I can't actually hold up this turn, unfortunately. And they have 1 creature in their deck at the moment. They don't do anything that's really good for me. If they, yeah, they just pass now. It's kind of lights out. There's our planes. I can go planes. I guess I just want to like dig through time. There's not like a whole lot really that I'm worried about. So I could just library. I have Snapcaster Mana Drain backup. And if I Mana Drain something big enough, I can play Emrakul. Alright, draw a card. Then we dig through time. I didn't really see too much they could do at instant speed, so I think I'm just going to dig through time very safely. Getting rid of Mole Drifter and Portent. We're going to grab Island Expansion. All these lands on the bottom. I might regret that actually, because I really just want to keep hitting land drops. Island. Oh, Murktide Region's really good here. Delve of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just Murktide Region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue, blue. If they counter Murktide Regent, well, I'm gonna daze this for sure. Dig through time is gonna get dazed. Wait, how much mana do I have? Counter spell. I guess I could just hardcast daze, huh? Poor opponent. Oh man. Daze gets him every time. Alright, we have a 7/7. We attack for 1 here. So now I have Snapcaster, Daze, or Cryptic Command, or Counterspell. Time Warp themselves? Honestly, I think I just let that through. Basically explore. It does make my days like slightly worse. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in with days again? Jeez. This poor opponent. I will cast days. Yes. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're playing against Storm. Bribery comes out. I don't know. Opposition. Banishing Light, I guess. If they resolve 1,000-Year Storm, I might want to deal with it. Opposition's tempting. I do have like a few creatures, I guess. I guess I already have Fractured Identity. I could play Luris. I don't know. That's something. Let's just bring in Monastery Mentor, I guess. It's a fast clock. Yep, there's Monastery Mentor. Keep. Their deck looks fairly slow. I didn't see any like super fast mana. I was gonna say unless they have Lotus Bloom and Shell Deck Isle. Never mind, their deck seems fast now. Alright, how long until Lotus Bloom comes down? So it's 3, and it goes away with the last one. So next turn is gonna be 2. I have 1 land in play. Then it's gonna be 1. I have 2 lands in play. So the turn I want to cast Monastery Mentor is the turn that Lotus Bloom comes down, which means I'm just gonna Preordain now. I wanted to go Monastery Mentor into Preordain, but that's just not gonna work out. Murktide Regent, I can bottom. Snapcaster Mage, I'm gonna bottom as well. That's what I was looking for. So now knowing their deck, what do I change? Oh, I'm supposed to get rid of Dismember. That card does literally nothing in the matchup. At least Bribery can hit a Baleful Strix for 5 mana. Okay, that's fine. So the question we have to ask ourselves... I'm gonna hold up only islands. I don't know, High Tide could be good at some point. Do I want to counterspell the Lotus Bloom or whatever they play off the Lotus Bloom? I think I'm gonna counterspell whatever they play off the Lotus Bloom. This could be a mistake, but their deck seems like loaded with expensive 6-mana enchantments. Demonic Tutor's fine. We're just trying to like stall them out on mana, basically. Also, can I draw Repeal? Repealing Lotus Bloom would be so good. Okay, they don't have any counter magic or discard that I've seen either. Let's just Teferi bounce the Lotus Bloom, actually. That seems pretty good. Ooh, okay. Well, I got rid of the Lotus Bloom at least. Alright, fair enough. Go ahead, opponent. I could dismember the Venser. I guess that maybe was a card they had in hand, but never had the mana for. Yeah, let's kill this. Because I want to protect Teferi coming down next turn. Okay, yeah, and now Lotus Bloom is dealt with. Now I can play Teferi, holding up Counterspell, and I can even Portent. And that should just do it, I would think. Baleful Strix is fine. What if they have like Fallen Shinobi and they just get me with the Shinobi? And so now I can be very confident they don't have it. So we can Portent ourselves. Look at the cards. I think I'm going to shuffle. I draw 2. Library's good. Play Library. I guess I just evoke Muldrifter here. And then, I don't know, I'll Teferi bounce the Baleful Strix, sure. Because now I can, Library is online. It gave them 1 extra card, which I guess is digging them closer to Shellback Isle. But I think that's alright. Oh wait, Teferi stops Shellback Isle, that's right. That doesn't work actually. Okay, we're fine. They're gonna think they could use Shellback Isle, but Teferi is just a dumb magic card. And nothing works how you would expect. We're gonna go Island. I don't know, trade Gilded Drake for Baleful Strix maybe? Or let's just play Monastery Mentor. Uptick Teferi. Teferi takes 1 damage, I don't care that much about it. Pass turn. They may try and activate Shelldock here, but it's not going to work. Memory Deluge is fine. We're really just countering like mana and card advantage card. This is just such a tough matchup for the opponent. Because like, I don't know, I just hold up a counterspell and then what do they do? As soon as I put Narset into play, like the game's pretty much over at that point. No, no, opponent, no, it doesn't work, you can't play because Teferi... I'm sorry you had to learn this way. And this is why I don't like putting cards like Teferi in my cube. It just, that is dumb. My opponent should be able to play with their magic card. They can attack Teferi, that's fine. My opponent says, when I saw white, I was hoping you're just splashing for Tithe, not these other cards. I also wish I was just splashing for Tithe. Tithe is so much more fun than Teferi. Although, I don't know, he could be so cool. Like, if he could just remove his static ability, he'd probably be fine. Still very broken, but maybe fine. Okay, Flooded Strand makes my other thing much easier. Let's crack this, get a land, tick Teferi. Do I want to trade a Gilded Drake? Sure. Here's your Gilded Drake opponent. Oh, wait, it's tapped, isn't it? I just killed my Teferi. Alright, sure. We're just gonna kill the Gilded Drake. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, otherwise I give them a 3-3 and then Teferi dies. So now I have... I mean, I could fight counter wars, but I guess they can't counter back. So Expansion Explosion is not that useful. Yawgmoth's Bargain. Let's draw a card here. Alright, counterspell that one. Make a token. And if they have something else, yeah, Gush resolves. I don't know, if they have something else they can get me here. I hope they just slam mana confluence or whatever. The thing that doubles your mana, and then I can go Emrakul, bounce their thing with Teferi. Nobody expects the Emrakul. Ooh, Murktide Regent. Unexpected. Fair enough, though. Then I threw away my Gilded Drake. Teferi takes a hit. I should start taking this matchup more seriously. My opponent has some stuff going on. Dig through time, paying a life here. Flooded Strand, Dismember, Gilded Drake, Mole Drifter, Portent. Make a token. Oh, there we go. I tied Palancron. So this is infinite mana. I don't have red mana. 6, so this generates 12. Palancron is 7 plus 1, so it's 11. Yeah, so we can go High Tide. I can expansion the High Tide to speed things up. Am I targeting anything else with expansion? I could target like... Oh, I could just target Cryptic Command. I think they're pretty much dead no matter what. Alright, we'll just do this. Tap for 3, that goes to 9. Yeah, copy this. Get more monks. What a way to end the game here. High Tide. Cast Palancron. Untap our lands. Opponent says gross. I certainly agree. I don't really need that many loops here. I just wanted to make sure that the infinite combo worked pretty easily. I'll do one more. Because I think what I'm going to do is like High Tide Palancron and then cast Emrakul and then Cryptic Command the Emrakul. No, that doesn't work because it has protection from colored spells. But I can Teferi bounce my own Emrakul. Alright, Palancron. Probably enough. Cast Emrakul. Do the thing. Cryptic Command your team. Yep. No, they didn't even let me Cryptic Command. I think they were dead anyway, but GG's, looking forward to seeing myself lose again on YouTube. Sorry, opponent. I'm very sorry for how dumb Teferi is. I don't like playing this type of deck often. It is pretty sweet right now, though. This is a great Magic deck. I was also looking forward to doing like nonsense with Palancron Library, but we were just going to win the game. Great playing against your opponent. See you guys in the finals. All right, we're playing against Zombie Senpai. We're going to keep this hand. We have the classic line of repeal something, then mana drain a 3-drop into bribery, them out of the game. Hopefully I get to expansion a cultivate. Okay, Beaumont Courier is pretty weak to repeal. So that's good, I guess. Bribery's looking less good. Cultivate's also looking substantially less likely. But you know what? We're here. We're doing our thing. We're gonna mana drain them on turn 3. And we're gonna bribery for I don't know, Inferno Titan. Repeal, obviously, it's funny how much worse repeal is than Prismatic Ending. But it's still a really good Magic card. See, I can repeal the Chromox end of turn. They exile the Thundermaw Hellkite. Alright, let's bounce this. See what you got going on. That feels good. So they didn't have any play last turn. I don't know, maybe Beaumont Courier is just going to get out of control and draw them like a whole handful of cards. Yeah, actually, that play was kind of bad because I wanted to curve out, and repeal their thing means they're not going to curve out in mana either. Okay, I guess if they recast Chromox, they must have their last card in hand. Maybe this just worked out. Eidolon in the Great Revel. Well, I can mana drain this and still bribery. And if the bribery card adds red to kill Beaumont Courier, that's going to be great. See this? Bribery you. They got a lot of options. What is this? Okay, Nashi, Ragavan, Scrapheap Scrounger, Skyclave Shade, Goblin Guide, Dragon's Rage Channeler. I mean, I guess Layla is just the option. Okay, they have Kolaghan's Command, Snuff Out, Firebolt, Chandra, Chainlightning, Abrade. Murderous Rider is a 2-3 blocks pretty well, but Layla is just the best card by far. And it can attack into Mutavault just fine. Because it's going to become a 3-3. It's a little bit risky doing this. Like, I could hold Layla back on defense, but by attacking it protects her against things like Burst Lightning. I guess they exiled Burst Lightning, but any like small damage spells. So my opponent's probably just going to draw 4 cards, or they can get super greedy and go next turn and draw 5 cards. Okay, they're just drawing 4 cards. That seems reasonable to me. Okay, if they kill Layla, that's fine as well. Gilded Drake is good. Let's go ahead and Portent ourselves and try and hit some type of interaction. Or just a Murktide Regent. Repeal Mana Drain Bribery Portent. Can I keep a hand that is basically just Murktide Regent? If they have Snuff Out, it's going to be pretty awkward. Right, because I mean, the rest of the cards in my hand don't do a whole lot. I guess Horizon Canopy lets me cast Fractured Identity, so actually I'm going to keep this. So I want to draw Horizon Canopy, then Murktide, so we're going to put this on top, then this on top, then this on top. We're not going to shuffle. Then we play our land. So next turn, I can either Murktide or Fractured Identity, depending on really whatever we feel like doing. And this protects our Murktide from Thoughtseize, most notably. Okay, they cracked a draw. They attack with Mutavault. Alright, we're probably just gonna Murktide then. Oh, Figure of Destiny, okay. Gonna become a 2/2, and then a 4/4. I think we can wait a bit. So this costs 7. Yeah, and we have 8. Do this. Oh, we have 9, sweet. The old 7/7 flyer. This card is so ridiculous. I can't tell you how many games I've lost to it. If they snuff out, I can expansion that to kill their Figure of Destiny. Here we go. Pretty unfortunate to lose our Murktide in this way, because, like, you know, we don't have that good of a follow-up, but neither does my opponent. Take 2. So we have a couple turns. I'm going to Fractured Identity essentially the first threat they play, because we saw all the creatures in their deck, and they're not that great. Let's play this. The reason for playing Horizon Canopy here is if they play a card I need to counter right now, I can sacrifice it to try and hit Cryptic Command or something. But Mutavault is kind of doing work. I have no answers to it right now. Skyclave Shade with Kicker. Don't really like that one. This deals with it and gives me like a 3/3 that can't block. Gilded Drake doesn't really help. Alright. I mean, I kind of have to do this. I don't like it. But it's something. Here's where they just land Chandra, and then I just lose. Okay, take the damage. I mean, Palinchron would be a good draw, actually, to just block. Flooded Strand, not so good. I guess I can't really do anything, so we just attack here. I'm gonna crack Horizon Canopy. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? That's a lot of land in a row. Alright. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands. I still have 7 left in my deck somewhere, so it's not like a crazy amount of flood. It's just unfortunate, really. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to not snuff out, let them level up their Figure of Destiny to a 4/4, and then steal it with Fractured Identity. But then I don't have the ability to level it up. No, I could make it a 2/2, actually. Alright, I go down to 1 life here. So I no longer have access to white mana. Gross. Just dead. Just dead. Okay, we have a lot of sideboarding, though. Gilded Drake seems suspicious. I like Monastery Mentor here. Lurrus just has lifelink. It is double white, though. I'm never hitting double white. Opposition can deal with some of their creatures, but it's not... It is good alongside Monastery Mentor, but I think Mentor is enough on his own. I think we should be okay. I just drew pretty poorly that game. Oh, Wall of Omens. Ooh. Out of Plains. And cut. Bribery. I hope that worked. That's a good hand. Keep that. Is that hand actually good? I don't know why I thought this was good. This hand's actually not that good. Alright, it's fine. We're gonna draw Ancestral Recall. Nope, we're gonna die to Ragavan. Alright, we're gonna sacrifice our Snapcaster Mage here. Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. Yeah, I just have to chump block with Snapcaster. An active Ragavan is like really scary. And if they have a burn spell here, it's even worse. Which they do, so I'm pretty much just dead. Okay, what do you exile, good friend? Oh look, Daze. That actually wouldn't have been that good, so that's fine. Dragon's Rage Channeler. I mean, I'm kind of just dead to Ragavan. Wall of Omens! Oh, yes, it did go through. Well done. There's the men. Okay, you know what? We're back in business. This is a very back and forth game. Okay, never mind. Wall of Omens down. Ragavan's going to start hitting like Ponders and Preordains, and that's going to be not good. But they are getting through a lot of burn, so if they don't hit like a Ponder here, and Monastery and Mentor sticks, that'll be pretty nice, especially if I can draw a land. Of course, they hit Preordain. Ugh. They didn't cast the Preordain. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'll take that. They're going like super aggressive. Counterspell doesn't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, I have to play Monastery and Mentor and hope they have nothing. And then I can like start making tokens the following turn, but this is really unfortunate. Okay, we are pretty much dead. Yeah, their deck's sweet. Got all the broken cards from Modern Horizons 2. They hit Eidolon, but they played a land, but they can play, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Block here, but they're going to cast Eidolon off the Ragavan counter, and then I don't think it's possible for me to win anymore. They hit Dismember? Oh my gosh. We're very dead. Oh, why is this a card? I think Eidolon was still the correct play there, but both were brutal. Okay, I have Deserted Beach. I mean, I can Murktide Regent, but then High Tide, 1, 2. I don't really think there's anything I can do here. I mean, we go High Tide. I need like a Cryptic Command. Let's Murktide. Oh, I'm going to land this turn, but I have the ability to sacrifice Horizon Canopy to draw like Dismember. That doesn't really work. I don't know. I have the ability, so we'll see what this draws. Yeah. Murktide Regent. Dismember's already in my graveyard because they cast it. And then I die to all this stuff. We're actually kind of close, but turn 1 Ragavan is just so brutal. I actually had to cut Ragavan from my Vintage Cube for that reason. Like, it just does too much on its own. They probably have Snuff Out or... Oh, Bloodghast has Haste. GG's. Man, I cannot catch a trophy this season. I keep going 2-1. It's like relentless 2-1s, but... You Caleb? Yep. What do they hit? Probably Burn Spell. Literally just watched one of your videos before playing. Love to hear it. Yeah, just all counterspells can't deal with this. I think if I even had like a... Ragavan Layla's broken very much so. Yeah, you go turn 1 Ragavan, you hit with Ragavan, then you can play Layla. Like, yeah. I think if I had like a single card like Sunlands or even Repeal maybe would have helped me out of this, but I was just so far behind. Like, counter magic never mattered. I just never got to get ahead really. I actually just moved to a new place and was planning to pick up some of your art. Oh, that's very nice. Also a good segue into an ad for my art. Unfortunately, I was not able to respond to the opponent because Magic Online is weird. But yeah, I make art. If you have not seen it already, shop.calebgannon.com. We link in the description. I just released a series, the Chromosoma series, with a lot of really colorful pieces. This is more my fine art stuff. If you're looking for something to like, you know, fill your room, you can get a really large piece here. But I have a lot of other more affordable stuff. I have some clothing, shirts, and cloaks, leggings, and things like that. So yeah, check out the store. There's a lot of cool stuff here, and I'll be adding plenty more stuff in the future. Otherwise, see you next time. If you made it this far into the video, you're clearly enjoying the content. So if you want to help support me being able to make more content, there's 2 ways to do it. The first is free and very easy. Just following me on Instagram. You get, you know, to see cool stuff like this cat made out of trees or this dog that's an island. Some very interesting or trippy videos like this one, which it's not for everybody. The other one is just going to my store. I sell art like the ones I've shown. So there's a lot of cool stuff there. You can shop the collections and see things like this. I'm selling t-shirts, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you.